we just finished off the last bit of the corn that we had in one field, and now we are going to move on to the next field that is corn. So, ended the episode, fast forward the time, got back out, got all the trucks unloaded, so we're ready to rock and roll into this next cornfield we got coming up here. We'll be harvesting this cornfield, then after this cornfield we'll be bouncing right into soybeans, and we'll be doing a soybean harvest, which that'll change some things up, which is going to be nice. But this cornfield we got here is still a big one as well. Don't think it's nearly as big as the one we just did, but it's still going to take us a hot minute to say get the corn off of this field too, so but it's nice that are finally moving out of one field into the next, and we are working around getting back closer to the farm now, so which is going to make it easier on us when it comes to trucking it all back to the farm and stuff. So we're just gonna pick up in here, open this field up. We can shut all that fancy flashing lights. Brain fart. Right, we're gonna open this field up. Whoever farmed this before us didn't get really close to the edge line of the field, but it's alright. When we farm it, we'll be able to. And I'm thinking when we come and plow this field, we're going to plow this little grass section into one, make it as a solid part of the field, so it's easier to work with. So we got a lot of harvesting still ahead of us, and we got a lot of tilling to do, and then we got a lot of liming we have to do yet still to the fields to get them prepared for next season. So we got a lot of work to do on the farm yet, but we will get it done. I know I will. I say I will because I'm going to be the poor one. I'm going to be the lucky guy. Quote, quote. Quote unquote lucky guy. That's how you actually say it. Anyways, quote unquote the lucky guy that's going to be sitting behind the steering wheel of the 4900 Massey Ferguson and the John Deere chisel plow, doing all the plowing work. And then I'm going to be the lucky guy to be probably spreading the lime and spreading all the lime. And then I'll be the lucky guy to be sitting behind a tractor again, planting the fields again. So yeah, I'm gonna be the quote-unquote lucky guy to do all the field work, especially off camera. See, you guys get it lucky. See, you get the stuff time-lapsed, so you don't have to sit here through the agonizing pain that you put yourself through, like I do. You don't have to put yourself through the agonizing pain of sitting here and just going back and forth for hours on end, doing the same thing over and over in one episode. I have to do that every day after I record a video to finish the field off and get the field finished, and then when I start the next field, record the next episode, so you guys see that we are progressing through and we're moving through the fields. Like right now, this is November 2nd. We're in November 2nd of this particular game season, so we're getting quite a bit of the we're getting to the point where we're going to be starting dying down on the harvesting pretty soon. I think we'll have a couple more, I would say maybe another 2-3 days of actual harvesting we're gonna have to do. That's if everything runs smoothly. I think we'll have another 2 to 3, maybe 4 days left into actual having to harvest. So we should be able to get all the fields harvested and stored in the bins. And then I'll be probably doing all the plowing even during the winter. And probably the liming as well, so there probably won't be videos for a while until the plowing and liming is done, more than likely, so then I can fast forward into winter, like January 1st, like January. So I'll have December to do the rest of November and the rest of December to do the plowing and lime work of the fields that we need to do. And then probably be able to fast forward to January 1st and then start our fun adventure of selling crops and figuring out what's worth selling or what's just better off being turned into seed to use for the next season. I know when we are ready to harvest wheat, we're going to be having quite fun doing that. And when I mean we, I mean me. Because we got a lot of wheat. And the reason to having a lot of wheat is a lot of it is going to be turned into plant seed for the next season. Because wheat yields high, especially if you get every market where it's supposed to be, every margin, everything. If you get it all right where it's supposed to be for that field soil type, if you get all in the greens, where everything is green on the board, it's a high yielding crop. And with that, we're going to have a lot of wheat. We can sell some of it and then turn quite a bit of it into planting seed for the next season. Which I am actually looking forward to spring because I have some ideas that I've been thinking about of how we're going to go about that time of the month is when we get into spring. So, some big ideas that are coming through, but I think this is going to be just a short video. Maybe 10 minutes long. Or maybe 20. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of... I like making videos of us going into new fields, showing new fields that we own, what fields we own, so you guys kind of get a general idea to what our acreage size is. I haven't actually sat down and did the math to figure out how many acres we actually do own that are farmable. I haven't done that math yet, and I don't really want to do that math yet. So, anywho, you can see our canola field over there is popped up. Our barley field over there is also popped up, and I believe the wheat field straight ahead of us is popped up too. So, that's all good signs. That means everything is growing and getting to where it needs to be. So, that's doing great for us. So, yeah, I'm thinking this is gonna just be a short, unedited video. When I mean unedited, I mean it's not gonna be time-lapsed and whatever happens. I'm not gonna cut anything out. So, we're just gonna do a quick, short episode here. Because the rest of this I'll be doing this again, harvesting corn, going back and forth in the field, and just working on it. If you're wondering why I'm cutting the field like this, is I don't feel like turning the combine that sharp trying to get that patch. So I'll just harvest that patch separate from the rest of the field. But we're also going to be editing this field and making it a little bit bigger and easier to farm. So we got a lot of work ahead of us, or when I say us, I should say me. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of fields that need to be modified to make it more easier and make more sense to farming it, because Don't get me wrong, I like how the fields are organic, but it's not benefiting us any shape and form of having fields like having like a thumb sticking out on the field. That's not benefiting me any, and it's just causing more obstacles to go around, and that's was kind of the issue that was going on in the last episode and the other cornfield that we just finished. Was it was more obstacles to work around than it was to actually harvest, because that's what made it difficult to harvest at night. Was it was so hard to keep track of where I combined, where the combine has been, because I almost forgot about harvesting that little section of corn that was by our modified Mack truck we got from that you saw in last episode. That we drove back to the farm and left for the night while I moved the clock forward. I forgot about the corn that was sitting around there. I would forgot about that. So there's a lot of field editing I have to do to make it all make sense when we farm it again. But this field should be a little bit easier to do anyways, because it is not that big. It's big, but it's not as big as the last one we just did, so I'll be able to get into soybeans actually pretty quick here. So you guys won't have to deal seeing another couple episodes of corn for a while. I mean, until we move into the next cornfield and start harvesting that. But we are actually getting through this harvest a little bit faster than I thought we did. I was a little worried about that. I didn't think we were going to go through as fast as we did. I mean, it didn't even take us a day to harvest that big field, quote unquote. A day. What I mean by a day, it didn't take me from, like, I think I started that field at, let's say, noon. It didn't take me from noon, and then again, so I started harvesting at 8. Harvested sunflowers at 8, I believe, and then I started harvesting the corn at noon. We ended at 6 or 7, I think it was actually 7 o'clock at night. Anyways, I didn't finish that at 7, and then it didn't take me all the way up until noon of this day to harvest it. So it didn't take us a full day to harvest that field, quote unquote, if you understand what I'm trying to say. I probably just made you guys more confused than I did anything else. That's what I'm good for. Welcome to HT Farms, where the thoughts just don't make sense half the time. Where your brain gets smushed together because all you see is corn for miles. And your brain becomes fuzzy because all you see is corn. When you go to bed, have nightmares about combining corn. Wake up, realize we got corn to still harvest. Because my stupid rear end decided that, going by how I've always played the game, playing on the biggest map I've ever played in Farming Simulator, that I've ever played on in Farming Simulator, deciding that we're not running GPS, we're not going to run Courseplay, we're not going to run in-game hired helpers, because I never did, and I never will. And with that kind of playthrough I do, decided we're going to take on the biggest map that I could find in Farming Simulator 22. With no GPS, no help, no nothing. We're doing all this ourselves. Yeah. That's kind of a big kick to the face that I did to myself. That may not have been the smartest thing to do, but it's alright. I'm having fun doing this. And I hope you guys are enjoying the videos as well. I've been actually having a blast recording this and posting it to YouTube and showing off that, hey, this is what we do. This is how I play. This is how I run. And this is how it's going on a big map. Doing it this way. Because you know I'm not running GPS because of pretty much every field I've combined, we've had bits and pieces like that missed, even going straight. So, and you guys would probably heard the GPS chime once in a while if I was using it. I don't know. I might eventually, if I play a different map that's another big map like this, I might just end up getting GPS. I might get Courseplay in here, and yeah, we did end up picking up a new fuel trailer here. I ended up getting the Thunder Creek. This the small Thunder Creek, the FST 995 Thunder Creek. This one's got def and fuel, and then it also has a service trigger that I don't remember what opens it. But this one's actually an on-site service trailer too, so I can get rid of my mobile vehicle workshop. And yes, I did end up having to pull a little more of a loan to get this. I also may or may not have just purchased my 97 Ford F-250 and have it in the game that may or may not be hooked to the honeybee header right now, waiting for us to make our way to the soybean field. I may or may not have done that. The only way you will find out is when we start the soybean harvest. And I did figure out about where I got this, who made this Mack truck. It is 82 Studios, the same guy who made the TXL Phoenix. Same guy who made those, edited this Mack truck, so I love this Mack truck. You got a sleeper there, pretty much like the end game Mack truck. Same layout in the front of it. But, as I passed where I wanted to go, but you got so much more options on the outside than you do with the base game one. So we're gonna get this going and unload. And while we let it unload, we can shut the truck off. We can turn you back on. What I like about this one is that headache rack. We got headache rack, strobe lights, and we got lights for the back and front. So we have lights towards the back of the trailer where the hookups are at. I love full fenders all the way across S1. I also love the copper that he has. I love the copper look. It looks good with the red and black scheme of the actual truck. And then the bumper. And then white rims. Like, I love his work. I love the TLXs he's got. Like, let's go. Trucks. So yeah, I have a few more modded trucks here. But this is his. This is how it starts out as, right? This is by 82 Studios, and you have so many different options like coffin sleeper, and you got rigid, I believe, to work with his trailer pack he's got. So we're gonna have just, you got so much options. You got different types of wheels like Continentals, Phoenix, Trail X, Vintage, Vaderstad, Nokian tires, BKT, back to Continentals. I like those. I like the white look. And you got special edition Silver B, Black Bell, Sad Bell, Copperfection, or none. We're gonna do the Black Bell because if I buy another semi, this is what it's gonna look like. I like the original exhaust like that. That's the type of bumper I would have again. It would be full fenders again. Lighting would be the chicken lighting with that. Now you got, here's your headache rack with a wing, or a wing. Headache number 1 with an air wing. And then just air wing, and then you got rack 2, and then we'll be getting another one like this. I think this one I'm not gonna have the drop visor. I think I'm gonna keep it original like that. There's the vinyl we have now. We got the American Eagle. No, that's the vinyl we have now. And you just got different designs. I like that. Give it the maxed out horsepower. And I think, let's just check that. No. Let's see. What would I do? No. Wait. That doesn't look too bad, but let's see. How does age look? I think we might do the winter wolf look. I'm gonna do gloss version of that. And I think we're gonna do that. I like that. The metals we are using. I'm gonna do that. Like, yeah, we got so many options here. I think we're gonna do the chrome black. If I was to get another one, this is what it will be. It will be this one again. With this options. The only thing I wish is that it had trailer hook up right here, so you could pull, let's say, like an air seeder down with it. I think that would look cool with like the Seed Hawk air seeder being pulled behind it. I think that would look cool that way. Being like a service truck, basically. So he's the same one that's made the TLX Phoenixes. And I mean, they all have basically the same options as that. Got long. There's the coffin. So yeah, you got all of that. The mud guards. Full special edition, black bell, copperhead, silver bee, sad bell. So same guy, 82 Studios, that made the TLX Phoenixes here. I mean, all of these also made this one. And I have fallen in love with that one. And so, and I believe if I go into trailers, I believe no, but that is his pup trailer, TLX for it. It's under miscellaneous, I believe. Yeah. So I believe with that Mack truck, I can use all of these on that as well. I believe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I haven't tested that theory out yet. But any other way, I love this truck. And I think this one's going to come everywhere where we go. And whenever I decide we're gonna end Spring Creek, whenever I decide we're gonna sell the farm and move somewhere else, that Mack truck is definitely coming with us. That is not going anywhere. And speaking, I wanted to check the sales. Nothing really what I need. What I need, that I'm thinking of doing in a later episode, I don't know yet. So what I really want, if I really could do it, so which one? This is narrow frame. I thought I had Carl's Farms wide road. Narrow frame. This is the only wide frame. That's the only quad trap. Well, any other way, actually, if I had... I'm gonna go with Cosmos. On 36, it'll be US. 200 pounds. I won't do... No tent. We're gonna do both LEDs. We're gonna do LED lights. We got field view, precision planting, precision plus field view, Kenzie planter monitors, field view, Kenzie. So I think we're gonna do... I guess we would do that. Could have cardboard, carpet. I think we're gonna keep default. Rain cap. I think we're gonna keep that default. And we can add rear weight. I think we're gonna have the 3-point on it. Oh, you got the Walker Farms logo. Cool. We would have that fleet number 1, and we would have that as a 620. I would get this tractor, right? And then we would go... I'm wasting time where I could be actually combining. Anywho. Well, yeah, actually, one of these Borgolts actually have the NH3 add-on. But I would think it would be these two. Those would be the two next up. I would get the quad track and that planter set up, and then eventually move into getting this guy and this guy. No, not that. It would be this one, because apparently you can plant every single crop with that. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflower, soybeans, corn, sugar beets. Yeah, no, it would be with this one and that one. I would upgrade to that eventually. So, that's what I would eventually upgrade to. But, this was a little shorter episode. This one is probably not even going to be edited. This one is probably just going to be converted and uploaded straight to YouTube right away. So, this is pretty much what we're going to be doing for me, for the next couple hours or a couple days, because it is Sunday night. And I still have to go eat, so I'm going to wrap up the video here and go eat. And I'll probably continue to knock out on this field tonight. And when I wake up in the morning, I'll probably keep going on it before I have to go to work. So on and so forth. But like I said in the last episode, videos aren't going to be out on Sundays like they have been. I've been trying to keep that consistent to it being out on Sundays. But like I said in the last episode, couple episodes, I have some family. What can I put it as? Mm, it's not family issues. I'm doing some family trading within family, I guess. Trade in family. I don't know what I could call that, to be honest with you guys. If you watched the last episode, that was actually really short and it wasn't edited. Pretty much like this one, I talked about what I'm doing with what's going on with my family and what me and my grandfather have talked about in the past. And in that episode, I talked about me trading in a 96 F250 extended cab for a 2013, what I still call Dodge, even though it's actually Ram. To me, it's still called Dodge. Anyways, I'm trading in my 96 with my grandfather for his 2013 Dodge. It has less miles on it than my 96 does. The 96 has got over 300,000 miles, fastly approaching 400,000. And I can't keep spending about $700, $800 every time I drive it anymore. And with current situations going on, finding parts for it is hard to do. So it became a no-brainer to just. He offered to trade with me, and it was a no-brainer to trade in the 96 for it, for a more reliable vehicle. Like I also said, I do live like about 4 hours away from my grandfather and the farm. I live about 3 or 4 hours away from there, and then I live about another hour to 2 hours away from my other family, and then yeah, that's about how many hours I live away. So if I was to break down in the middle of winter, and note, I live in a state where it snows bad, where winter is really bad with snow. That if I end up breaking down on the side of the road, I have no way to get the help I need, if that makes sense, first. And second, I work a night shift job, so I work from 4:30 to 3 in the morning, Monday through Friday. So if I was to break down coming home from work, I kind of don't have a means of help because I work late hours and kind of ridiculous hours at times, I think. But the pay is good and I can't complain too much about it. So enough of me rambling on. But like I said, yeah, videos aren't going to be posted on Sunday. I'll probably get them edited and uploaded Monday before I go to work. But yeah, so this is where we're gonna wrap the video. You kind of got the general idea of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this field knocked out and probably record the next episode, and then because I'll be still recording episodes throughout the week, but I just won't be able to edit them until probably late Sunday night, and then I'll probably upload them Monday before work. So kind of get the general idea of what's going on. So I do apologize if you guys were waiting for the videos to come out Sunday. I know I kind of been posting like 3 videos every Sunday, and that's kind of not going to happen this weekend. But I do have life that I have to go take care of right away. So, but after that, I should be able to be back on my regular scheduling and keep getting the content out on Sunday. It's just random times at Sunday nights where I'm from, so it could be like 4 in the morning. It could be 5 in the morning on Monday. To me, 5 in the morning is still Sunday to me until I go to bed and wake up. That's me. But anyways, I do hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do hope you guys are enjoying the series, because I am, despite how much of the actual field work I have to do by myself, I'm still enjoying it. I'm actually having fun, and I'm actually looking forward to what I have in store for us when spring comes around. I am HT Farms. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will see you guys in the next. Bye.